Welcome to the session on prisms. Now let us first understand what is meant by a prism and the different types of prisms. A prism is nothing but a polyhedron formed by two equal parallel faces connected together by either rectangular faces or parallelograms. So now you are observing a triangular prism which has got two parallel surfaces, that is top surface which has got a shape of a triangle. You got a bottom face. These are the two faces connected together by rectangular faces. And this is the shape of a regular polygon. It has got three sides. We call it as a triangular prism. If it has got four sides, we can of equal sides, we can call it as a square prism. Four sides with two parallel sides having equal widths can be called as a rectangular prism. Or if the top face and the bottom face of a shape of a pentagon, we can call it as a pentagonal prism. Or if it is a shape of hexagon, six shapes it has got, then we can call it as an hexagonal prisms. Now here you are observing a 3D model of a triangular prism. So this is what we call it as a top face. Normally while naming in the projection of solids, we name it as say A, B, C, and bottom A1, B1, C1, which always contains rectangular faces, lateral faces. These are the longitudinal edges or lateral edges. This edges A1, B1, C1, what I have named, we are going to name it, will be the bottom edges, A1, B1, B1, C1, or C1, A1, like this. Axis will be from the center of this CG of this one to the CG of the bottom face. It will be joined. It is an imaginary line. Let us study how to draw the projections for different positions of the triangular prisms by taking some typical exam problems. We'll study about the triangular prisms by taking some typical problems. Now here is a triangular prism of a side having 30 mm and axis 60 mm resting with one of its base edges. So this is important for us to keep the first position or to draw the first position. You have to keep the base edge on which it rests on HP to the right hand side. The axis is inclined at 60 to HP, and in VP it appears to be inclined at 30 degree. So let us once again have a look on the 3D model. Now let us understand the naming of this one. The top face is named as ABC, bottom face A1, B1, C1, axis OO1. These are the base edges. These are the lateral edges, lateral faces, that is rectangular faces. In this problem, it is resting with one of its base edge on HP. You have to keep the one of the base edge to the right hand side. Then the axis is made inclined at an angle 60 degree to HP. We have to rotate this. Let us see that how to draw all these projections in 2D view. Draw XY line, mark VP and HP to get the respective front and top views. Since the base edge is resting to the right hand side, I am keeping that to the right hand side. A1, B1 is the base edge which is resting on HP. AB is the top face line. Mark the C by drawing an arc from A and B. The intersection will get you the point C. Join them with thick line. Get the axis O, 1 like this. Get the front view of the triangular prism by drawing the projectors to the front view to the top, that is above XY line. Mark the height of the axis 60 mm. Join all the points with a thick line. You will be observing, as I said, you will be observing it from the front side. From here you can see this C1 is seen, A1 is seen, B1 is not seen. ABC will be always marked at the top, A1, B1, C1 will be marked at the base level. So mark it. C1 is seen, A1 is seen, B1 is not seen, so we are putting it behind the bracket, within the bracket. Now axis and this AA1, BB1 are parallel. So instead of tilting the axis, you tilt this vertical lateral face by an angle equal to 60 degree by keeping A1, B1 on XY line. See it here. We have kept A1, B1 on XY line. We are tilting this lateral face A1, B1, BA by an angle 60 degree. Now draw the base A1, B1, C1 perpendicular to this lateral face at an angle of 90 degree or 30 degree with XY line. Then mark the remaining edges completed. This we have redrawn from the first sketch. Get the top view of this one by drawing the projectors. Draw the vertical projector, horizontal projector, and get the corners of the prism. Dropping the verticals from the base. Yes. Now to draw the thick and thin lines in the top view, your observer will be at the top. You can see the top face here and the longitudinal edge, the lateral edge, the longest edge. So we'll apply the thumb rules to draw the thick and thin lines. C1 is the longest edge away from XY line. Mark it by thick line. The top triangular face ABC is seen. Mark ABCA in sequence. Mark the boundaries. This is the boundary by thick line like this. You got the remaining edge A1, B1, which is at the inside, therefore you show it by dotted line. Now we will draw the third position. Here the top view of the axis is inclined at 30 degree to VP. Draw a line, an axis line inclined at 30 degree to VP, that is 30 degree to XY line. Mark all these points C1, O1, C, C1, O1, C, O, all these things, and this distance is also to get A1, B1. So you have redrawn this by keeping the axis O1 along this 30 degree. To get the front view, draw the projectors. Get the corner points by meeting the corresponding horizontal projectors. Yes, now all the points have been marked here. We will apply the thumb rule to draw the elevation. So since you are observing from here, the longest edge is A1 and the base is away from, the top face is near to observer. You can see it completely thick line. Let us first draw the longest line, A1 by thick line. Mark ABC by thick line. Mark the boundaries. Then this edge B1 C1 is the inner edge, base edge, which is inside the boundary. Therefore, we cannot see that edge. Mark it by thick line, thick dashes. And finally, you mark the axis of the prism. This completes the top and front views of the triangular prism, where the base edge is resting with one of its base edge is resting on HP, and the axis is making an angle of 60 degree with HP, and top view of the axis making an angle of 30 degree with VP. Now let us take one more problem and understand it. The previous problem what we solved was a condition was the base edge was resting on HP. Now in this problem, the corner is resting. Have a look on the problem. Triangular prism of base edge 30 mm and axis 60 mm rests with one of its corner on HP and its base inclined at 60 degree to HP, and the axis appears to be inclined at 30 degree to VP. The same 3D figure has been once again shown here to understand the edges, the corners, the faces, all these things. Now draw XY line, mark VP and HP. This is a corner position. We have to keep the corner to the right hand side. Draw a line of length base width equal to 30 mm. Draw the arcs to get the corner point. And this is an equilateral triangle. Since all the sides are equal, the angle made also, interior angles will be equal to 60 degree each. Draw the medians. Draw the vertical projectors to get the elevation. Mark all the points, all the edges. Mark it with thick line. Observe it from the front side of the prism. A is seen, B is seen, C is not seen. So we are going to put it in bracket, C in bracket. Now in this problem, base is inclined and it is resting with corner. Keep the corner on XY line. Tilt this base B1, A1, C1 at an angle equal to 60 degree. B1 is kept on XY line. You are tilting this by an angle 60 degree with respect to XY line, that is with respect to HP. Now redraw all other lines, mark it. So you have redrawn or reproduced the initial elevation by inclining the base at an angle 60 degree. Draw the top view by drawing the projectors. Mark the corresponding points of the faces. Yes, completely all the points have been marked here. We'll observe from the top. The longest lines are A1, C1, and the top face is near to the observer is ABC. So this will be marked thick. A1 will be marked thick. C1 will be marked thick. Yes, A1, C1 with a thick line. The face nearer to observer is this one. This face A1, B1, C1 is not nearer, it is nearer to XY line. So we cannot see this completely. So mark this face ABC by thick line like this. Complete the boundary line. This is the boundary line. Draw the interior lines with the thick dashes. There is one more edge here, B1, that also you mark it with thick line, dashes. Then mark the axis. This is the second position. We'll draw the third positions where the axis is inclined at an angle of, top view of the axis is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with VP. Mark all these points, O1, B1, O, B on XY line. Redraw the top view. In the third position, you have redrawn all these things. Draw the projectors to the top to get the front view, corresponding horizontal projectors and you will be observing from front side here. You can see this is the longest line, AA1, or you can take BB1. The face is away from XY line to be marked with thick line. So AA1 we have marked with thick line, face ABC with thick line, top face near to observer, thick line, then boundaries. You got the remaining edges, space edges like B1, C1, C1, A1, and the longest line which is also inside the boundary, that is also by thick dashes. All these things we are going to show it by thick dashes. Mark the axis. This completes the top and front views of the given problem. It is resting with one of its corner on HP. Base is inclined at an angle of 60 degree. The top view of the axis is inclined at 30 degree to VP, and top face nearer to observer. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, comment and share the video. If you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Thank you.